The deadline for the transfer portal extra window is closed. What does that mean to Alabama's roster? We're going to talk about that. Who's out? Where are they going? Some of them have declared some big weekends for guys that played for Alabama last year. And Derrick Henry, King Henry, did he play his last game as a Tennessee Titan? What kind of legacy did he leave? The former Heisman Trophy winner and national champion could be on the move in the NFL. Welcome to Bama Tailgate Daily, right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Like and subscribe, man. We want you to be part of things. Here's your invitation. Roll Tide. What do you say, everybody? I'm Mick Gillispie. Welcome to the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Follow me on the socials at Broadcaster Mick, and appreciate all you guys for being here today on the show. All right, let's get things started. There's still tricklings coming out. Yesterday, it was announced that Jake Pope, the four-star secondary safety guy out of Beaufort, would be transferring. You're talking about a guy that could have gone to places like Georgia. And with Jalen Key graduating or exhausting his eligibility, however you want to say it, there's an opportunity there. But Alabama has brought in a whole host of guys that are coming into that secondary. And maybe he felt like, hey, with all these guys coming in, I don't have a shot. So he has put his name into the transfer portal, and that's something that we expect. I mean, it happens all over the place. So he's out. All right, that gives us the opportunity now to kind of go back over things as they are as far as this roster goes. And I'm going to talk about guys first who are out of eligibility. Just mentioned defensive back Jalen Key, kicker Will Reichert, and offensive lineman Darian Dalcourt. Yeah, Dalcourt feels like he's been at Alabama forever. Well, he has no more eligibility. Transferring out, throw Pope in that mix. You got Ja'Cory Brooks, who's going to Louisville, the wide receiver. Tyler Buckner left for Notre Dame, the quarterback, and he is going to play lacrosse, right? Defensive lineman Anquan Barnes leaving Alabama to go to Colorado and play for Coach Prime. So Anquan going there and leaving Alabama. Defensive back Earl Little Jr. A lot of you guys didn't want to see him go. He's going, and he's going to Florida State. Seth McLaughlin, the offensive lineman, the center that had the 25 bad snaps this year, obviously does some things well because he's transferring to Florida State. Offensive lineman Terrence Ferguson, he's going to Florida State. That was announced yesterday. Roydell Williams, the running back, not sure where he's going yet. Defensive lineman Isaiah Hastings, not sure where he's going yet. Tight end Miles Kitzelman, don't know where he's going. Same thing as wide receiver Shaz Preston. We do know that quarterback Eli Holston is going to Pitt. He was never going to see the field for Alabama anytime soon. Safety, Kristen Story. Don't know where he's going yet. Wide receiver, Malik Benson. He was supposed to be the best wide receiver out of junior college, and he just had bad hands for Alabama and wasn't open a lot. So he's out as well. And defensive lineman Monkel Goodwine is transferring out, and he's going to South Carolina. So those are the guys that we know right now that are leaving and where they're going. Now, NFL guys, this is what you come to Alabama for. And this is not a big crop this year because it was such a young team. But I'm going to give you the guys that are leaving, where they're going to go in the draft, or at least what I think, right? Linebacker, edge rusher, Dallas Turner could be between pick 10 and 20, somewhere in there. He's going to do well in the draft, right? Maybe even depending on need, maybe he could even go a little bit earlier than that. Offensive lineman J.C. Latham, same thing. He can go, maybe between 10 and 15, 10 and 20, somewhere in there. Cornerback Kool-Aid McKinstry, first round, second round, just depends on where. Maybe if he's in the first round, probably would be towards the back of the first round, but don't be surprised if a team doesn't swoop in and take him a little bit earlier, just because he gives you that lockdown corner. And in the NFL, you love to have that position there, and you figure that he's going to play early. And if he does what he did at Alabama, you feel like maybe you got the next Patrick Surtain. Cornerback Terrion Arnold, another guy that could go late in the first round, in the second round, maybe even in the early part of the third round, but he's a guy that's going to be drafted. Linebacker Chris Braswell. A lot of us really like Chris Braswell. I'm thinking probably late second round at the best, probably somewhere in the third or fourth round. But I think wherever he ends up in the NFL, team's going to really like having him. He plays the game the right way. Defensive lineman Justin Abigby, somewhere towards the middle back of the draft, I'm guessing for him. He's also going to be in Mobile for the Senior Bowl, and that's the same as kicker Will Reichert. He'll be there as well. Wide receiver Jermaine Burton, not really sure, to be honest with you. He's going to be drafted. I'm thinking maybe third, fourth, fifth round, somewhere back there. I'm interested to see how Burton does in the NFL. He's got good hands. He made a bunch of big plays this year, and the Georgia transfer has worked hard to get to this point. He'll be on a roster. And then the other guy that transferred from Georgia, linebacker Trez Marshall, you're talking about towards the back of the draft, 6th, 7th round. Maybe he'll be one of those guys that's picked up after the draft is over. We call those guys undrafted free agents. So that's kind of where I'm thinking that these guys are right now as far as the draft is concerned. But that's the full list of guys as of right now, except Chase McClellan. And Jace is going to the NFL, according to reports. So we thought he might transfer to Ole Miss. They were kind of saying that, there was a chance that he was going to come there. And then we're hearing that, no, he's going to the NFL. So throw him in that list as well of guys. He has not declared that yet, but it's being reported by the Tuscaloosa News to expect McClellan to go to the NFL. And I know some of you guys were wondering about that. So that's the complete list right now. Not sure where everyone's going, but I think at this point, you wish those guys good luck and you start focusing on the players that could come to Tuscaloosa. And there's some guys floating out there that could help the roster. Alabama's got to be careful with the guys that they bring in because you want to take care of the players that you've developed. You just want to find those spots where a player can step in and make an immediate impact. And I think that over the last, I don't know, since they opened this up, Alabama's done a really good job of that. So, that's what we're expecting right now as far as who's coming in and who's coming out. Now, there could be guys that have said, hey, I'm transferring and we just haven't gotten word yet. But as far as I'm concerned, where we are right now, that's the complete list. Derrick Henry, one of the all-time great Alabama running backs, Heisman Trophy winner, led Alabama to the national championship 2015, went to the NFL, and yesterday for the Titans might have been his last game in Tennessee. He was drafted by the Titans. He starred for the team in Nashville, and in his very last game, he did the things that we expect him to do, broke off a long touchdown run and helped the Titans beat one of their big rivals in Jacksonville, keeping the Jaguars out of the playoffs. Derrick Henry grabbed the microphone after he was finished and kind of addressed the crowd and thanked everyone for their support. He'll go somewhere else. It looked like they might trade him at the deadline this year. They didn't do it, but they kept him. There's still juice in the tank for Derrick Henry. So his 30th birthday was last week. And, another big game on the ground for him. He has owned Jacksonville over the years. They may want to go ahead and sign him for next year because then they don't have to worry about playing him, right? Anyway, look, that's what we got for you today. Have a great week. It's going to be interesting as things kind of progress with everything going on. The national championship game tonight. And so it's exciting to see what happens there. Obviously, we're all disappointed that Alabama isn't in the game, and we'll find out if Michigan is for real. I certainly think they are. You beat Alabama, even if it's in overtime, you catch some breaks, it doesn't matter. But they'll play Washington, and then after that, it'll be back to the grind again, and the offseason officially really kicks off after the national championship game. Hey, I want to tell you guys something. First off, we're brought to you by Pearl River Resort over in Choctaw, Mississippi. Now's a great time to make your picks count. They've got the Timeout Sports Lounge. It's a sports book, Vegas style, totally legal. It's the exact same thing that you get out in Vegas. You got all the big screen TVs. You got the window if you want to place your bets there. You got the kiosk. And when you're on property, you can even use an app. They have table games. They have slots. They've got the Dancing Rabbit Golf Course, which is just an amazing place to go out and hit the golf ball. It's the Augusta that you can play. And they've got some big-time acts coming, and they always seem to bring those guys in. Ron White, the comedian, and the Wallflowers. So find out more. Pearl River Resort, hour and a half from Tuscaloosa, 2 hours from Birmingham, really close anywhere in the state. And we appreciate them for being part of what we do here. Also want to tell you guys about our friend Chad Anderson. You've seen him on the channel before. He is with Modern Lending, owns Modern Lending. Has helped over 10,000 families get into homes, including this studio in my house. So check him out for yourself. He does a fantastic job. He's an investment consultant and an Airbnb expert. At This Chat is Real. If you're looking to buy and you need somebody in your corner, walk you through the process and make sure that you get the best deal, check out our friend Chad Anderson. Plus, he's a big Bama guy as well. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, from the bottom of my heart, roll Tide.